Hi, I'm State Senator Rob Sampson, and today is July 4th, 2020, Independence Day. I chose today to officially begin my re-election campaign since it's an appropriate time to reflect on our great country, our history, and what is at stake going forward. It has been a terribly difficult year for America. The threats to our way of life, our economic system, and our individual freedoms are very real and more serious than ever. I'm running again because I remain genuinely concerned about the path we are on, both as a state and as a country. Over the years, I've established a clear record, and I think you know where I stand. I remain committed to defending America's history and principles and rebuilding Connecticut. I believe in preserving the American system of government and the foundational principles contained in our nation's Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This means preserving individual freedom and personal responsibility for every citizen so that we have the maximum opportunity for a prosperous future, that all citizens deserve equal protection under the law, and no one should receive special treatment, good or bad. The Declaration continues that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. A reminder that the people hold the power, and their elected officials are responsible to them. I consider these principles every time I cast a vote at the Capitol, and only support legislation that honors this view. The great fight for America's future is between maintaining these values versus the progressive or democratic socialist view where the government has the power to choose our paths for us, redistribute wealth, and to use force to impose their vision of fairness. They want to get us there by tearing down our economic system, the engine of our prosperity. They want to divide us using identity politics, by putting people into different buckets by race, gender, class, and other superficial characteristics, and then pitting us against one another. That is essentially the same evil and failed logic as racism itself. They want to convince us that America is a bad country with a terrible history. America is in fact an exceptional nation and has provided more opportunity and freedom than any other place in the world, and has advanced the cause of mankind more than any other nation in terms of individual prosperity, life-changing inventions, and an unparalleled quality of life. Ask anyone who has fought to come and become an American citizen, particularly if they came from a nation that practices the policies of socialism. America is not perfect. I often speak about our country being born with the birth defect of slavery. But America also overcame slavery, and at great cost. Our country is indeed in turmoil, but only because of those who wished to abandon the freedom and capitalism that made America great, rather than embracing them. Even before COVID-19 and the racial strife that is at the forefront of each day's news cycle, the policies enacted by our state government were clearly failing. Wasteful spending and questionable priorities have led to more debt and uncertainty. Businesses were struggling before, and now many will not reopen at all. Jobs continue to be lost. Our citizens, especially our seniors, are having a harder and harder time making ends meet. Taxes continue to rise. And of course, our constitutional freedoms have been compromised. Despite being from a different party, I hoped Governor Lamont would attempt to unite us and to recognize the importance of making Connecticut more competitive. Instead, he chose the path of his predecessor, Governor Malloy. More spending and taxes, and less reason to choose our state. The only way for Connecticut to fully recover is economic growth. That means reductions in the size and scope of government, less spending and taxes, and a new set of priorities focused on making this state a better place for people to choose to live, to work, to start or run a business, to raise a family, and to retire. I don't want to just be another politician who speaks of change for the sake of change, but it has never been more clear that our state needs a new direction. We must end the Democrat majority's policies of crony capitalism that favor one business at the expense of others, and instead create a business climate that is friendly to all businesses. If we can keep our businesses here, then we can keep jobs here. I will support legislation that will reverse our current economic decline by restoring respect for hard work, for American ingenuity, and by actively supporting job creators in our state. I'll continue to introduce legislation to reduce regulation on businesses, reduce the tax burden for all Connecticut citizens, and protect the interests of our seniors and veterans. I will continue to work on legislation that benefits education, our environment, and reduces the cost of energy. I continue to strive for an America where the institution of family still exists, one where we are safe from any potential enemies, where no one has to worry about terrorists on American soil, where the flag is revered and our soldiers are honored. An America where a person's word means something and children are taught to aspire to achieve greatness. An America with less government and more opportunity. I will continue my record of faithfully defending our Second Amendment rights and protecting our freedoms. America exists because of patriots who pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to found this noble nation. We need to remember the many Americans who have sacrificed since to preserve our republic and our system of just laws for free men and women. These values are the guide by which I have and will continue to make decisions representing you as our state senator. It has been the greatest honor and privilege in my life to serve in the legislature representing my friends and neighbors, and I am sincerely grateful for the tremendous support I continue to receive. I humbly ask for your vote this November. Thank you. I'm Rob Sampson, and I approve this message.